FunkyVapes, and I'm pissed off. This is the 4th time I've shot this video now. It's been half an hour. I want to focus it, and I'm already rambling. Today we're going to continue in our series of 510 808 style e-cig looking batteries to try to get to those people that they're really adamant about using something that looks like a cigarette. Like I said, I don't normally use that style, but I know a lot of people, it might just be the turning point and it can lead to bigger and better things. So without further hesitation, we're going to look at Smokeless Image Volt. They sent me this Ego style pass-through and a Stardust looking thing. We're not going to review that in this video because it has nothing to do with the objective of finding that great e-cig sized cig battery. What they did send me that we will review is a Mega PCC, the sliding PCC, it's famous now, 5 flavored cartridges, popular tobacco flavors, and 2 batteries. One's on the floor, the cartomizer. There is a 78mm, which is a 320 mAh, and a 68mm, which is a 220 mAh. So, I wanted to talk about the packaging. In every other video I talked about the packaging. It's so nice, the font, I can do it really fast, the font's really nice, all the colors are really nice. In the box, there's a great set of instruction manuals. Inside, you can open it up, there's lots of pictures, everything's in English, it's really easy to follow, it'll explain what to do. I don't want to go through that because it's so mundane, you guys know how to do that. Inside there is another box, you open that box, and there is a USB to mini USB charging cable. What that is for is to charge your PCCs. Both of them have mini USB ports on them. They'll plug into your USB or USB wall adapter, and they're going to charge up. You guys, there's lots of videos teaching you how to use these. I just want to review the quality of it, not teach you how to use it. So, first thing, the infamous Slide PCC from Volt. Very simple to use. Open it up. There is a place for a fully assembled e-cig. There's a place to charge. Right there. And when you do it, you hit the button. That battery indicator is for the PCC itself. Hold it down for about 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and it tells you the status of the battery. This one is fully charged. I charged them up beforehand. PCC number 1. People complain about it a little bit. My only gripes are it's not as super high quality as I thought, but it's like rubberized kind of here. It slides up and down really easy, nice. It's about the size of a Samsung Galaxy. So, if you're using a big phone, it's really no different. It's actually smaller. Super easy to use. This big boy here, I forgot to show you, it's powered by a cell phone battery, or a cell phone style battery. 1000 mAh. It's internal, so it just charges through the USB. This one is powered by a similar battery, but this one is 2200 mAh, which is huge for a PCC. Biggest gripe with this is it's really, really thin plastic. Like it feels like it could break. I don't like to say that though because it's not meant to like open cans or fight crime with. It's just meant to hold your e-cig and charge it. So if you use it for what it's intended for, it's probably never going to break. But if you start getting reckless with it, this one's going to break before that one does. Same deal. Screw in your battery. Hit this button. Tells you it's charging. This one has a blue light telling you the PCC fully charged, and then hit it, tells you the status of the e-cig battery, and this one is also fully charged. Talk about battery life. This one, seriously, in a 12-hour span, just vaping on these guys, I don't have to charge this. I mean, at the end of the day I do, but it keeps these charged. With the little guy, I'm using the little one in here, the big one in here. The little guy, I'm getting about, talk about these two while we're at it. Honestly, they're saying 3 to 4 hours. I get 2 hours and 20 minutes out of this max. Very max, but I vape it hard. The bigger guy, 2 hours 45 to like 3 hours 15 minutes kind of deal. There is a difference. And then this, it'll charge the little guy all day for 12 hours while I'm using it. I come home, plug it back in, good to go. So it definitely will hold up all day for you. Excuse me. The big fella here, this one's cool because this will go for the same 12 hours. And then the next day, 12 hours. And then by then it's to the point where it's down to like one blinky little bar and it's time to charge it again. But huge battery life. So for that was a big metric I wanted to talk about. These both pass with flying carpets. It's both very viable options for the all-day vapor, and I do vape pretty heavy. And I'm going to show you how I do that. What I do, there's a 5-second cutoff between 5 and 7 seconds, the website says. Sorry. Sealed battery, completely sealed, which is great. 808 cartomizer, these work pretty well. There's about a 5-second cutoff time, but number one, I struggle to get to that point, and number two, these things throw a lot of vapor. These are regulated at 3.6 volts, so as Vapor Chase Minefield said, you get the same vape on your last puff as you do on the first off the battery. So it's really cool, very consistent, and it throws tons of vapor. Just getting to that cutoff point is tough enough. But what I do this. Oh, hey, Bill. While I'm driving, no cutoff time. You just keep cycling through and there won't be any cutoff. Great hands-free vape device. Here's the bigger battery. Just plumes of vapor. I'm really surprised again. These little guys throwing it out there. I'm really impressed by the vapor production on these. So we covered battery life. You get all day on either of these easily, without hesitation. If you're using the little PCC though, with the bigger battery, might be a stretch. I've been trying to keep the big one to the big one, little one to the little one. It takes about 3 hours to charge the little PCC from dead battery with a dead e-cig in here as well. 3.5 hours. This one takes about 4.5 hours with a dead e-cig in it as well. Actually, probably even close to 5 with a dead e-cig because I haven't had it totally dead, just like half, and it takes a while. It'll be faster if you plug it into the wall, so consider that. What else do we got? I guess we could do a little flavor review. They sent me 5 tobacco flavors. I just love the packaging. It's so nice. It really legitimizes our lifestyle and what we do. Like when you see logos and safety warnings and UPC stickers, like everything, not to be sold to minors. Like it makes our little industry seem legitimate, and it is legitimate. And I like that they have that attention. So we'll take a look at the 5 flavors they sent. These knock my socks off, considering what they are. Just, you know, a hardware vendor with nice flavors. It's $8.95 for a new set of 5 pre-filled. Not too bad considering even 5 cartomizers are going to cost you, you know, $6 for a pack of that. So for an extra $2, you get them full. And I believe you can buy empty ones as well. Let me take a peek. Blanks. Well, the blanks are the same price, so that's not as cool, but whatever. First up, Desert. Tobacco flavor, obviously. And when I say a hint, I mean a hint of cinnamon, ginger, little sweetness. Very, very good tobacco. Really surprised me. Freedom. American freedom. Definitely my favorite out of the bunch. Let's see what they say about freedom, because it's really hard to describe. New American tobacco flavor. It's light, smoky flavor imitating traditional tobacco cigarette. Nope, not at all. It is light. It's a little bit sweet. Tastes like margarine. Seriously, like a buttery margarine kind of taste. It's excellent. Definitely a really good one too. 12 milligrams, and they are really scratching at the throat there. RY4, these are almost all dead too, but home. I like RY4s. This one's very mild, ever so sweet. It's definitely more tobacco than the caramel, but it's a really good RY4. Again, this surprise considering the source. Here's Cowboy. This one is very grassy, fresh tobacco kind of taste, a little bitter. Also very good. I can't fault this one at all. Not my favorite tobacco, but definitely a solid flavor if you're into that kind of tobacco. I would definitely suggest a tobacco sampler. Find the one you like, but I like Freedom. This one's 555. This one's totally dry, but yeah, it's dry right out. But I do remember it, and it's a very mild tobacco, woody, a little bit smoky, very nutty, very heavy on the nut. Very, very good. You can tell I like that one. It dried out the quickest. In terms of life on these, you can refill them. There's an easy drip kind of thing. You can take it out too. I'm not going to refill these. I'm going to buy some more flavors from them just to try them out. I get about 2.5 cycles of each. I've been rotating the flavors too, so every 2 battery cycles, I'll try a new flavor. It starts to get dry. The Cowboy and, sorry, the Freedom's dry too. So they're going to last you, if you're as heavy as me, you're probably going to go through 2 of these a day. So work that out. It's still cheaper than cigarettes when you factor everything in there eventually. But you might want to consider just getting bottles of their liquid. It's $13 for 30 mils, and just fill them yourself. Buy the blanks, and you could fill them probably 6-7 times kind of deal. But you get good life out of them. You could bring, I forgot to mention, there's a space for 3 cartomizers in here too. I don't know why. I forgot this time. So there you go. That's, 6 cycles worth of vaping at a couple hours a piece. There's your 12 hours in your day right there. So this is an all-day carry kind of thing. You get enough flavors in there. If you have this slider one, you're going to throw some in your pocket. Unless you're a mild vapor, in which case these may last you all day. Probably not, though. Overall, what I like about Volt is their branding is very clean, very nice. Build quality, pretty good. Definitely pretty good. But the performance is just great. Nice rubberized kind of grip on these. Again, I'm assuming it'll peel off eventually. LED light, cutoff time, not a concern for me. So, will they last you all day? Yes. Will the cartomizers last you all day? Not one, but carry a couple? Yes, you're going to get some good life out of them. Are they satisfying? Extremely so. The flavor, impeccable. Very good flavors. Tons of vapor, more so than the Karma, more so than some of my mods sometimes. And the throat hit is killer at 12 milligrams, for real. A very pleasant vaping experience hanging out with Volt for the last few days, and I would have no hesitation recommending you to try a Volt cigarette. I would watch the rest of this series. I'll try to get the reviews up sharpish, but as it stands right now, I'm definitely impressed, and I have no problem telling you to try the Volt. It's really good if you want to try it. If you have any specific questions, something I didn't touch on, some of the finer details, like anything, just message me on here, ECF, any other vape forum. I'm probably there. Just send it to FunkyVapes or YouTube. It's nice to have some comments in there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Vape groovily. And finally, this video is done.